Hi, I'm Jesse.
Whoa. Oh.
And along with Alan.
This is creepy.
And Anna.
Did it say stigmata?
Yeah.
We make up the Trails to the Unknown team. We've made it our mission to explore and investigate the supernatural mysteries of the world. We don't always find what we're looking for.
We called a jet in.
But the journey is always the best part. As we hit the road and adventure into the unknown.
Dude, this watchtower looks pretty cool. What? It just went off.
While I was still visiting Colorado, the Trails team decided to explore something other than ghosts.
Hey, what's up? We're heading to the UFO Watchtower. We're feeling pretty good about our chances of seeing a UFO.
We are?
Yeah. I
Awesome.
mean, you know, look at us.
I'm kind of, I am.
Yeah. So we're going to camp out there. We're going to talk to a lady that runs the place.
We got a bunch of fun electronic toys.
Yeah. We'll not leave until Jesse gets probed.
The UFO Watchtower resides in Hooper, Colorado, with a gift shop, campground, healing garden, and a 360-degree view of the San Luis Valley. The Watchtower is the perfect place to catch a glimpse of an alien spacecraft in the high mountains. And tonight, we'd be camping out to see if we could make contact.
Are we mocking them by the aliens by doing this?
No,
or
we probably look like one of them. Like we might actually get taken because they think we're one of them.
Oh, they're gonna be like, homie, where you been? It's
Junior,
been like,
get in the car.
I told you to stop hanging out on Earth.
UFO tower.
Sweet.
Is this where we going? Yeah, the UFO Watchtower, UFO phenomenon. Oh.
Some breeders. So, first impression.
This is cool.
This looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is fun.
This is the tower. We got the campsite over there.
Yeah.
This looks pretty cool.
This looks legit.
I gotta pee.
Dude, this watchtower looks pretty cool. Let's take our first steps up this bad boy. It's pretty cool. It's just like that little bit different.
But look at the view you get, even just up 10 feet. Look at the view you get.
Yeah.
And when this gets dark tonight, this is going to be amazing.
But before we began our search for intergalactic beings, we talked to Judy Mezzeline, the one who actually founded the Watchtower.
All right, we're at the UFO Watchtower, and we're here with Judy, who founded this, and it's a pretty amazing place. What can you tell us about this?
Well, Stan Becker and I moved down here to raise cattle, but from the time we'd moved here, all we heard were UFO stories from the locals, and I'd giggle and say, we need a UFO Watchtower, never thinking it would ever happen. So after 4.5 years of struggling with cows that don't eat sand real well, had to sell the herd. And then it was a matter, what do you do with the land, you know? And one of the farmers, I was working up here at the gas station, he came in and he said, you know, you've laughed and joked about a UFO Watchtower. You ought to put one of those up. So voila, there's a UFO Watchtower.
That's awesome. So my understanding is that, you know, you kind of built this for, you know, just to bring some people in, but then it actually started to work and you started to see
Well,
things.
it was just going to be a little mom and pop tourist trappy business. I mean, that's what it was supposed to be. So we get it open, and what happens? We start seeing things, and more people are seeing things, you know, and I think, well, since opening, we've had 180 sightings from here.
So you yourself have had several sightings here.
I've seen 27.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, one night it looked like a shooting star, and it got below the peaks of the mountains, and then like it lost its momentum and it started to float like this. but then it went straight up. So it wasn't a shooting star.
Wow.
And that kind of made sense to me there at the beginning, because I thought, well, maybe the downdrafts from the mountains would cause that. Wouldn't cause it to boomerang back.
No.
But why do they come here? Some say it's the vastness of the valley, because it's so large and not highly populated.
Yeah.
Native Americans consider the valley floor sacred. They wouldn't fight on the valley floor. They'd have their peace talks here.
Really?
So you've had a lot of sightings here, but you don't have any kind of interactions or anything. It's basically you're seeing things flying overhead and that kind of thing.
Had some campers who have.
Have had interactions?
Yes.
What kind of interactions?
The one, they were asleep at night and the husband heard something outside of the tent, and he went out, and he called them insectoids.
Oh boy.
But they kind of look like grasshoppers. But they were big.
Well, it's been a good day, guys. Sorry, but I got to go.
Wow.
And the wife tried to get up to go see what was going on, and she couldn't move. She was paralyzed.
Near the Watchtower is Great Sand Dunes National Park. Candace Nolan, who runs an on-site bed and breakfast, told us how the dunes might have a connection to the aliens seen in the valley.
Okay, the Utes say that the ant people came out of the dunes. And if you look at a typical gray and put antennas on it, it does look like an ant. Okay, so with the sand dunes, it's really interesting because they can't figure out where the sands come from. They will tell you, well, it's washed down from the mountains or it's blown across the valley. Well, if it's blown across the valley, how come it's only there? And so they've done chemical analysis of the sand, and they have discovered that it doesn't match any of the other sand. So the Utes have a legend that a long time ago, before we came into the fourth world, there was a city of star people over there. They got into a battle with another group of star people, and they were pulverized. The entire city was pulverized, and that's your sand dunes.
Next, we scoped out the Healing Garden, a spot where visitors can leave behind a trinket or take a walk through its labyrinth. According to Judy, over 25 psychics who have come to the Watchtower have claimed that at least 2 energy vortexes span the grounds. Perhaps that explains why the garden is known to be healing.
We're about ready to walk the garden here, and kind of the story behind the garden is that there's a couple different vortexes here.
And can provide helpful energy to you, be it healing or other areas of your life that you may need.
We're going to take some time, check it out.
Yeah, and she also said to pay attention to your body and see if you can feel the energy. I don't know what that feels like, but we'll, no, not my body, your body.
Oh, I get so confused. So I think we're coming up on one of the little grays or aliens. She pointed this one and another one out that that these will sometimes actually rotate, somehow related to the energy or those beings that are here in this immediate vicinity. So
and people have come from all over the world and left little offerings and trinkets to the vortex, I guess, to the beings.
There's all kinds of stuff.
So there's just there's a little audio recorder. I mean, there's literally just everything here. So this is really weird. I don't really feel anything, do you?
No, I don't feel anything either. But it looks like that's from a certain chicken restaurant. I'm not going to say the name,
Yeah.
but that makes me think about fried chicken
But
right
it is
now.
finger licking good.
It is.
So the other thing she said was that she believed the vortex is so big and wide that it almost reaches.
Well, they're
The
dome,
structure.
right? Yeah, they said there's
So-
I think she referred to them as
So we've
tentacles.
actually been inside of it most of the time we've been here, so maybe I'm not feeling it because I'm kind of got used to it. I don't know. Hold on a second. There's a dog in the vortex. Does he react to it?
Oh, is
I
that
haven't
what
seen
that
him.
is? Oh, something like that. We thought it was a piece of furniture.
Now this I like. This is the pen graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. All the pens.
That's cool.
And then someone brought us a light switch plate.
I tried seeing if the vortex would affect my phone's compass,
See if it starts spinning or anything.
and Alan took some pictures to see if any orbs or anomalies would show up.
Oh, it's normal?
Well, that is weird. Look at him. He's so weird. Oh. Alright, I don't really feel the vortex too much. I mean, I do believe there's an energy around this whole place that is very welcoming, but
I got a paintbrush.
I think it's time to move on.
So we made it back after dinner and we're gonna set up our campsite.
So what do you think about all this?
Oh man, I think this is incredible. It's so cool. I mean, we're out here. I mean, there's a road by us and some people around us, but give and take on the grand scale of things, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, 7,500 feet above sea level in the middle of the mountains in Colorado.
Do you feel like at any moment we could see something?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
All right.
For the night, we'd pay as much attention as possible to any lights in the sky.
Sorry, I'm focused on this light. Is it weird it's not making any noise?
well, not necessarily. We might not be able to hear it
Until it goes over.
Oh, that is it moving?
Yeah, it's moving.
It's moving. I almost feel like it's moving up, but I think it's moving over us.
Yeah, it is moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be low. It's ahead of the...
Dude, it's not one of the coolest things we've ever done.
Okay, that is actually interesting.
Here it is.
Alright, be real quiet, everybody.
There it is. It's out.
I hear the plane noise now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I hear the plane noise too.
Isn't that weird?
So something to note right off the bat that there's a lot of planes going around.
That's a good point to bring that up. They said that most of the reported sightings were from like, I don't remember what she said, like 11 to 3 a.m. or midnight to 3 a.m. So by then, there's I don't think, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm sure
Most of the air traffic has died down.
done by then.
So what time do we have right now?
Now I'm guessing we're probably around
like
the 10 o'clock hour.
9:47. Oh, dude. Holy shit.
9:48.
Oh,
He was
wow.
off because you got to calibrate that thing.
Well,
man.
because I'm halfway across the country, I'm a little off.
You'd be like, I'll meet you at 9:32, and I'll be like, where are you?
It's like 9:32 and 72
And then you
seconds.
come walking up a minute later. I mean, that's like,
Sorry, dude.
so you got this lined up
Yeah.
to the moon.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out here.
Oh man, it's
can-
like looking at some of those NASA pictures. Holy crap!
You can see the craters
kind
and
of see in the dark side almost. Oh wow! Yeah, so we've had a few people show up here. You know, it's 10 o'clock at night now. It's really dark.
At the Watchtower.
Yeah, they showed up at the Watchtower. We're back at the camping area behind it, and like there was this person here. They showed up. I can see their car. They walked with some sort of headlamp into the garden area, and they're still there. And they've been there for, I don't know, 10 minutes now, 5-10 minutes now.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
It's weird.
Like, where do these people come from?
Does this happen all night? Like people just come and go? all the
Yeah, I
time?
don't know. It's like I kind of want to go up there and see what they're doing, but
Yeah. Maybe they're doing some sort of ritual.
yeah, that's why I'm kind of curious.
So we are getting prepped. It's about 11 o'clock. Getting ready to actually head up to the UFO tower. I'm getting my headlamp on.
Yep, we're going to begin our investigation here tonight. We're going to check out the tower and spend some time up there scanning the skies for UFOs, since that's, after all, what we came here for. But we also found out about all the vortexes and spirits and beings looking after the garden, so we're going to do a little bit of investigation down there, too.
I like your blankie.
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit cold up here in the mountains.
Alright, so we made it to the top.
It's getting colder and colder, but we're at the top of the Watchtower.
Jesse will be here. Alan will be here.
We're all facing
and I will be right here.
Different
so.
directions.
Yeah.
And we're going to monitor the nighttime sky, and we've got some ideas and some things to try in a little bit. Judy and other people that we talked to here said that they see, they've had 180 UFO sightings since the place opened. I mean, that's in like 20 years, so our odds are pretty not very good, but they've seen weird craft in the sky, different lights, stuff that moves and then stops and moves again, and
essentially just not erratic movements, but dramatic movements of where almost like 90-degree shifts.
Yeah,
of
and people have seen where, you know, something's hovered in the sky for a long time and all of a sudden it just jets off one way so fast that it looks like it disappears almost, you know. What? What? I'm watching the sky.
This is a serious investigation. Damn it.
Just like over here, Jesse's all normal. And you.
What?
With everyone warmed up, it was time to begin our investigation.
Alright, so I've got our spirit box that we use for ghost hunting, and basically it just generates white noise that spirits can talk to. And so I brought it along not to talk to the spirits, but to see if we can pick up any weird interference or any kind of radio signals from our visitors from the universe.
What?
What was that?
I don't know.
That was weird.
It almost sounded like, did anybody hear me?
Here is a replay of the sound. Here it is slowed down, and it does sound like someone saying, "Can anybody hear me?"
That was interesting.
A few moments later, we heard a succession of electronic noises. Here they are again with enhanced audio. The noise at the end does sound particularly alien-like, but it's difficult to tell if this was just normal interference.
That was weird. Yeah, that's really worth a try. I suppose if something weird was to start happening, we could try this again.
Mm-hmm. There was one weird little noise.
There was a weird little noise right at the beginning.
Yeah, that sounded like the woman or something.
Next, we broke out the flashlight.
Alright, so I have my high-powered flashlight, and Judy said that sometimes when people here encountered something weird in the sky, they would flash a light at it, and then sometimes it would flash back. So we got thick cloud cover tonight, and I can't really see beyond some of that. So I'm just going to try to see if maybe we can lure them in with some bright light.
Someone's gonna see that.
I know. I thought you were going to aim straight up.
Well, I'm trying to aim around the mountains. Straight
Go
up.
straight up, yeah.
Well, if there's anything up there, they'll see it.
Alright. So we summon the UFOs. Now we wait. Alright, I'm gonna go down to the garden by myself and check out the vortexes and see what they're up to tonight. It's awful happy. Awful happy. So I'm standing here at the epicenter of one of the vortexes, and though it's creepy, I don't really feel anything. In my light, I saw like something flash. I don't know if it was a bug. It was pretty big.
While Alan was down in the garden, everyone heard odd noises in the distance. Alan went back up to the tower to discuss.
So I just heard, correct me if I'm wrong, we just heard a high-pitched noise come from the east. And then like kind of a rumbling sound come from the west.
Kind of sound like a grunt.
Both kind of mechanical sounding to me.
What did it sound like to you?
The one from the east, I thought at first was a coyote, but it maybe sounded mechanical because it just kept the same pitch and it just kind of ended.
Yeah.
But the one from the west, I couldn't quite tell. It sounded heavy.
There was one more thing of note that happened right before the noises. A voice that no one picked up on at the time, and doesn't sound like any of the three of us. Have a listen. We think it might be saying something like, "Over here, or perhaps it's even an EVP of a Ute Native American. A very interesting sequence of events. We watched the skies for a long time, but whether it was too cloudy or the aliens weren't interested in communicating with us, we saw nothing unusual. That is, until we went back to the tents.
It's quiet out here. It's cloudy.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna turn in and hope for the best here.
Yep. See if there's any noises or any weird lights we see in the tent.
So good luck, man, over there in that tent by yourself.
Yeah, thanks.
You're gonna
you
need
guys
it.
as well.
If anything happens, we got the cameras ready and we'll be rolling. And
Yeah.
I've got my tent over. You see, I just walked into my tent because Alan's tent, he's right there, and then here's mine. But I left the because I don't think it's gonna rain tonight. The rain flies off, so I can see up into the sky. So, all right, there's a telescope in your.
yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
Oh, all right.
Good night.
It was about a half an hour later that Alan and Anna called me over.
What's up?
We just woke up and there's a. Well, we weren't asleep. We were getting ready to go to sleep. Why can't
It blurs. The camera blurs.
it just went off.
Just went off.
Holy so it just went off in the field in the back
Yeah.
to the right, right in there, about 300 to 500 yards. There was a massive bright white light shining across the field, and it just shut off as soon as I got the camera going.
And did it see my red headlamp? Maybe. Is there somebody out there with a flashlight?
It was way
really
brighter
stable.
than that,
It was really stable.
and it wasn't
too.
moving. It looked like a lighthouse.
Am I going the right direction?
Sweep your thing to the right and up.
Here?
It was kind of right up there, like, but far away.
In the air, or?
It was down on the ground, kind of.
Well, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Okay.
Whoa,
That was really weird.
that was really weird.
So, we had all gone into the tent, and Alan and Anna saw outside of their tent a bright white light. And I ran over here to check it out. And they said it was maybe 4 or 5 football fields away. I'm not going to go that far. And I did already see there was a small animal on the ground. I don't see it now though. But I don't want to like make angry I guess if there's a skunk or something. I don't feel like getting sprayed. I'm not too worried about something else, but it's gone. And I don't... But what's interesting is they said it disappeared when they opened the tent and I kind of came out with my headlamp on, and it just disappeared. So I don't know. Interesting. Don't see anything now.
So I think you saw, and all throughout this whole time that we've been outside, any light that we see has been really faint, you know, like really tiny. And you'll see that we got the bright light on camera for a little bit, and just compare that to how, you know, it looks small, but it's a lot bigger compared to the other lights that we've been seeing.
Big time, yeah.
So just take that into consideration. It was pretty big. Here comes Jesse.
We tried debunking the light with passing cars.
Yeah, that's a car. There's a road.
But why are they...
I think they look like they're stationary, but they're moving.
So there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation. It was just weird.
But it looks like we might be able to see really, really far down that road. It could just be taken forever because.
Yeah.
But that light didn't veer off. Well, good job checking it out.
Yeah.
Good luck going back to sleep now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After mysterious noises and lights, we made it through a night at the UFO Watchtower without being abducted.
So we made it through the night here at the UFO Watchtower. We camped, stayed up, went up on the tower at night looking to see if we could see anything. But not a lot happened. We did have one thing after we kind of crashed and went into the tents. Alan and Anna were like, "Jesse, I'm so scared, help me." They weren't quite like that, but they did say a light illuminated their tent. So I got out and tried to go towards where it was, but as soon as I got out, Alan said that the light just disappeared.
Very weird.
And I never saw anything or heard anything,
So before we head out, we're gonna make a gift to the protectors of the UFO Watchtower. We have some blue opal, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, protectors is a gift. You grant us safe passage home and beyond. And thank you for your time.
And with that, we have one last message from Judy.
UFOs. What, you know, why come here? Tell us why people should come here.
Well,
Promote yourself a little.
Well, we're out in the country. There's no light pollution basically here, you know, and you have people here that are willing to understand what you're going through if you do see something. Sometimes it just freaks folks out. So.
Yeah, and the other thing I can attest to is you're in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. It's absolutely beautiful, and you just, I mean, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime view. So.
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's get breakfast.
All right.
From Colorado. I don't know if you can pick up the audio on that, but we believe there's an abduction actually taking place right now.